Okay. Here is an overview of the kit. I'm going to unwrap it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Catherine. Today I'm going to be making a diamond pattern tie-dye t-shirt, and I'm going to be using a Tulip tie-dye kit, which is very easy to find, at least in the United States. I'll link everything down below, and I'm going to be using some paint sticks. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So like I said, I'm using the one-step tie-dye kit from Tulip, and I'm going to be using the classic rainbow colors, Roy G. Biv, but not indigo. I've done multiple projects with this kit, and I have multiple tutorials, and I'll link that playlist in the description down below. So first I'm starting out with a pre-washed cotton t-shirt, and I'm going to start by folding it down the center front, and then I'm going to fold it in half again, hamburger style. Then I'm going to take the point that is the middle of the shirt and fold it handkerchief style, like so. I want this fold to have some overlap from the paint stick, so you can see I'm just kind of playing around with the size. Depending on how big your t-shirt is, you may have to fold it more times. This is a medium adult size t-shirt. So I just want to have some overlap because that's the part that's going to get dyed. I don't want it to be too tight. I have about 3/4 of an inch sticking out on each side of the paint stick. And once I get it to a point that I like, I'm going to put the rubber bands around the entire thing. And I'm just going to make it as tight as I can get it. If you're new here, I have another tutorial on my channel with a similar fold with just indigo dye, and this tutorial came about because someone asked me if they could do that fold with tie-dye colors. So I said, let's do it with a shirt, which is a little different than just fabric, and try it with a rainbow palette. If you're interested in seeing that tutorial, I'll link it at the end and put it in the description box. So now that it's all tied up, I'm going to get the shirt wet. I am just using plain water here to wet the shirt before I put the dye on it. This is going to help the dye to seep into the shirt, and I'm just going to wring it out. I don't want it to be super duper wet, just damp. Next, I'm going to mix up my dyes. So this kit has a lot of colors. I chose to just go with the classic rainbow colors, but of course you can change it up and do more colors or less colors or a completely different palette. If you do that, be sure to tag me on social media at onyxartstudios.com and let me know how it turned out. So I'm mixing it up with about 4 to 6 ounces of water. These bottles are 8 ounces, but I like to do a little bit less just to make the dye stronger. This dye has a fixative mixed in with it, so you don't need to use soda ash, which makes it really easy for beginners. So now it's time to put the dye on the shirt, and I have my drop cloth down and my gloves on, and I have a rag handy just to make sure I can clean up any spills. So I just don't want these colors to mix. If you want to have like a vibrant rainbow sort of ombre, you need to make sure that you don't mix the colors because they will turn brown if you mix opposite colors. So on the color wheel, opposite colors are red and green, yellow and purple, and blue and orange. So you want to make sure that those don't mix, otherwise you'll get a neutral tone. If you're looking for neutrals, then that's totally different, but if you want vibrant colors, watch out and don't mix those opposite colors. So I am going to put down the colors in rainbow order, and I'm starting on one side and doing the other side as I go. So as you can see, I'm doing red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. For most of the colors, the other side stayed white, so I'm just turning it over and putting the same color order on the opposite side. Where the colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, I am doing a little bit of overlap so that it has kind of a nice gradient effect. So I'm just finishing up both sides and making sure to put my nozzle into the folds to make sure I'm getting plenty of dye on the t-shirt inside of those folds. The fabric that's underneath the paint sticks is the resist, and I want that to stay white, which it will because this is pretty tightly folded. But on the folds sticking out from the paint sticks, I want to make sure I get plenty of dye. I'm touching up just a little bit here with some more colors, and as you can see, I got a little bit of green on the red, which I was totally kicking myself, but it did turn out okay. So after I get all the color on the t-shirt, I'm going to wrap it in some cling wrap, and I want to make sure that it's nice and tight. I want to make sure that there's no air getting in there. This is going to keep the shirt nice and wet overnight while I let it batch and let the dye totally soak in. I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours before I open it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like videos about dyeing, sewing, and upcycling. And give this video a big thumbs up. Okay, you guys, it's time to open up our rainbow tie-dye. I'm so excited to see how it turns out. So I got my rag handy, and I'm just going to unwrap it. Let's see. Okay, ready? The moment of truth. Awesome. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Ah, how cool. Amazing. This one I'm going to go take and rinse immediately with cold. Now for a little sink cam. I'm going to wash this out with cold water until the water runs clear, and because this is rainbow, I'm keeping the water running and I'm just vigorously rinsing it to get all that excess dye out. I don't want it to go back onto the white parts of the t-shirt, so I'm just keeping it moving, keeping the water flowing, and agitating it as quickly as I can with the cold. And then after I get it rinsed, I'm going to put some Synthropol on it, which is also known as dyer's detergent, and I'm using hot water. The dyer's detergent also helps the dye from re-dyeing the shirt and, you know, muddying those colors. So it keeps it nice and vibrant, and I will put the Synthropol link down in the description below for you guys too. After I hand wash it in the sink, I put it in the washer dryer, and I washed it on hot with more Synthropol, and I dried it on hot. So that will set the colors. Here you can see the finished results. I got a nice gradient here, and I think it looks really fun in the diamond pattern. It's a nice change from the indigo plain version, which is also really beautiful. If you guys are interested in learning more about dyeing, be sure to check out my Skillshare classes. They are free if you are a Skillshare member, and if you want to try Skillshare for 30 days free, check it out with the link down in my description box. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out these other videos, and these are the videos that I have mentioned throughout this tutorial. If you're still watching, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for a new video every Thursday. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye.